So same as the last track, I will start with my MS EQ just to shape the elements a little bit. Now that I'm already familiar with the track, maybe I'll play just on the drop, just so it's easier and quicker. I also feel like it's a little bit too wide, so let's make it a bit less of the stereo width. Okay, and let's check how it's reacting to Elevate now. Once again, I'm just putting the Pro L2 here just so to make sure we're not clipping for the video. Here I feel like the soft clipper feels a little bit nicer on the lows, so I'll go for that. So I'll show you how it is when it's on the hard setting and the soft setting. Maybe I'll bring out a bit of the transient here. Also, one thing that I really recommend trying out if you're using Elevate is to check the adaptive transient. I'm not sure if it's the color that I'm looking for this one, so maybe not. Here on the Digital V3, on this band, I'm bringing out the lead. One important thing, I'm always trying to also bring out the lead, focusing on the frequency of the key of that element. I might go a bit lower if it's fitting with the sound, which is the case for this one, but that's what I'm looking for. And with this one, same as the track from Kevin, I'm looking for the bass line. I could also maybe emphasize the kick, but in this case, I feel it fits better with the bass. Once again, trying the adaptive transient, I still think it should be off. So then let's go with Limitless next as an EQ, shaping the track a bit. The order of the plugins that I'm using, of course, matter, right? So if I have an EQ cutting a certain frequency, before a limiter, of course that limiter is receiving that signal without that frequency. So what I sometimes try to do, if, for example, right now I feel like the lows are going too heavy into my into Elevate, so I might do a shelf cutting a bit of the lows, which I then compensate later on Limitless. So let's have a listen. So I'll A-B for you with and without it. Can you hear how much more dynamic there is on the lows now? So, and then I can just increase a little bit on Limitless. So I don't feel this track is supposed to be a super loud track, also considering the kick and the bass line that it has. We're right now at -9, and it's already sitting nicely. So now let's try bringing the threshold of Limitless down to bring the track a little bit louder. Next, I would check Elephant and Invisible and make the decision of what color I want. So right now it's too much still. So in this case, I would go with the Invisible Limiter, but I'll play a bit with the attack and release time. So I chose the Invisible Limiter here because it's giving me more clarity on the lows and giving the punch of the kick that I'm missing. So right now I feel like the bass line and the kick, I'm missing the separation between them. So that's what I'm trying to achieve now. Which the split EQ is also helping me with that here. So let's give it a try. Maybe bringing the tonal information a little bit down and the transit information a bit up. Let's have a listen. When in doubt, you can always just solo the lows. So I like using the metric AB for that. So right now it's bringing too much of the upper punch. So I'll lower this a bit. maybe it's a good stage to bring in the pre-master and their demo master. So before, when I tried the adaptive transient, I didn't like it. Now I like it. So a lot of the things, of course, within the master changed, and now it's giving me a bit more kick. So these are, of course, things like decisions that you make in the beginning might change later. So it's always good going back and trying out decisions that before you were not sure about, or even just in general. Let me listen to the pre-master and compare with the track now. So we have more punch, that's good. I'm not sure about the mids, it's a bit too colorful, and that is also what the invisible limiter brings. So maybe I'll choose, let me have a listen. You know what? I don't need any of them. I like it better without them. Okay. Yeah, I feel like now this fourth band is bringing the synth a bit too much to the front. So I'll bring it back. Let's have a listen to see if the drop is not hitting hard. I might do an automation. I don't know if it was needed here. At first I thought so, but let's have a listen. I could also automate the width, but I think with this one it wouldn't fit. Subtle but stronger. comes with loops. Let's check how much we're... So now I'm just controlling a little bit. 700 hertz were bothering me a bit, so I just minus 0.5 there, and I emphasize a bit more the 5K range. Yeah, so maybe I will do a bounce now, check the stats, and then revisit later on in the day or the next day.